Good evening and welcome to LUTV's coverage this Thursday night. A real rarity for the Leeds United women's team to be playing this evening, but it is a league game to try and catch up on their missed fixtures and hopefully a successful one. We'll get you all the team news as they play Bradford City Women at full patch in this 7:45 kick-off shortly. But first of all, some exciting news on the incoming front as Leeds have managed to sign Rachel Hindle after her departure from Chorley FC Women. A player that can play on either flank, hopefully an attacking winger that can get some goals, and did score as Chorley beat Leeds 2-1 earlier in the year. But with more on her signing, UTV caught up with her earlier today.
My name is Rachel, and obviously I've moved over from Chorley this season. I'm a right winger and I'm just looking forward to get going. I think everyone knows what Leeds is about. I think everyone knows the aspirations of where it wants to be, and the foundation of the club and the opportunities it can give to people like myself. Just an exciting opportunity and an exciting club, and trying to get it up to the next level, really. I think there's the squad's very big, so in terms of in the team there's a lot of challenges within ourselves, and I think that gets the best out of us in training and in the games, and I also think it's quite a big opportunity in terms of the league position. I know they've obviously not had the campaign that they wanted, but it's a strong team. They've got some very good players, and it's just exciting to get going and try and help the team with a few assists and goals. I've been on the other end and played against Leeds, and I think for myself, I've had a couple of good games and I've scored a couple of good goals. I think everyone knows what it's like to play against Leeds United. They're a big club in the league, and everyone ups a game against them. So yeah, here we are.
What kind of player are we getting?
I'd say I'm a very, very hard-working player. I'm very competitive. I like to put balls in the box. I like to get assists. I like just to help the strikers out and hopefully get a few goals myself. Quite lively, quite hard-working, basically.
And how do you feel about making your debut in a local derby against Bradford City this evening?
Yeah, obviously it's exciting. It's nervous at the same time. I've played against Bradford also twice this season, so I know what's coming tonight. I know that Bradford will be very up for the game. They'll be hard working. They'll want to win. We play them again on Sunday in the cup, so both teams have got a point to prove. But I think Leeds have got a lot more quality, and we know from where we are as a club where we need to be.
So that was Rachel Hindle then, Leeds United Women's new signing ahead of kick-off tonight, and hopefully she can enjoy her debut and hopefully even trouble the score sheet as well. We're just waiting for the two teams at Thorpe Arch. This game has been moved from the Global Stadium. Of course, the recent adverse weather conditions in Tadcaster have not helped the pitch, and we do hope that they can get their ground back up and running as soon as possible. So we'll start with the teams first before we can bring you the state of play in the table. Leeds United Women in a stronger side as Dan O'Hearn, and it is Lauren Joyce in goal. The defence is Rebecca Bass, Bradley Hannon, Catherine Hamill and Savannah Robson. And then it is Sarah Dobby, Catherine Smith, Kanisha Mate Underdown, Olivia Smart, Laura Bartup, and then, as we explained, debutant Rachel Hindle. The bench for Dan O'Hearn is Georgia Wattam, Sarah Danby, Abby Brown, Sandra Suarez-Martins and Paige Williams. As for tonight's opponents, of course, local rivals Bradford. There you go with Kirkham, Douglas and Woodcock. Jakeman, Stewart, Nord, Knight, Hawkins, Borringham, Beck, Stube, Prothero, and the bench for Chris Hames is Whelan, Thomas, Shepherd, Gill and Scott. So Leeds are third in the table as they just get ready to enter the field of play in a new look atmosphere in terms of a lack of a crowd for them to play in from tonight. I'm sure they'll miss that atmosphere, but it won't be long, I'm sure, until they can get back in front of the fans at Tadcaster. So a cold night, windy conditions as well. It's the first of two meetings. You might have heard Rachel speaking in the build-up to the game. Leeds will play in the County Cup semi-final against Bradford on Sunday. Leeds did lose the last fixture between the two teams, 1-0. That was back in September, but hopefully Leeds can get a win here, push further towards Newcastle in the table. But it's going to be a big week for the team. In good form of late, winning last time out, just one defeat in 7 for Dan O'Hearn's side. That came against Durham when they were thrashed 6-0, but some good victories since then. They beat Barnsley, drawn with Chorley. Of course, a former club of Hindle as well. And having scored against Leeds, you'll know perhaps the areas that they need to improve on. She's also the head of analysis at Blackburn Rovers, so a sporting background and hopefully a key addition to Dan O'Hearn's side as Leeds just prepare their final preparations for the warm-up. We are still waiting for Bradford City's women's team to make their way to the pitch at Thorpe Arch. Bradford City themselves are 9th in the table. That is mainly, though, down to the lack of games. They've played 4 less than 3 of the teams around them. They've picked up 11 points from 11 games. But when you consider the likes of Stockport County, United of Manchester and Chester Street have all played 15 games, it doesn't maybe tell you the whole story. A lot of the teams in the National League Division 1 are favoured cup competitions, so there's a whole host of league fixtures to catch up on. Leeds are in 13 games, so they've played a couple less than they could have. One of those, of course, being tonight. And Alnwick Town, the one alongside Chorley that have played the least on 10 games. So it should be a 4-3-3 as always with Dan O'Hearn's side. Believe it could be Smart and Hindle either side of Bartup. Reliably informed as well, it is Olivia Smart's birthday today, so many happy returns to her. And like Hindle, let's hope it is a night where she can have a big impact in the final third. Referee and 2 assistants just preparing the final preparations. Bradford, as you can clearly see, are ready to go, and it is Captain Cam Woodcock that comes forward. Catherine Hamill is the Leeds United captain, and she will soon work her way towards the centre for the coin toss. You can tell by just the way that the players are keeping on the spot and jogging the spot that it's a cold night in Wetherby. Certainly better conditions than the game could have been played in this time around last week. Marginally better, though, with some of the high winds. So Catherine Hamill and Cam Woodcock will just wait for tonight's official to give out the instructions. It does look like the 2 teams will stay as they are. And Hamill at the heart of defence, I'm sure, will have a crucial role as the team get ready to go. So the fact they are going to swap ends, there's more of a tougher spine in the middle for Leeds today. Dobby and Underdown, more ball winners, which have been in and out of the team this year. Dobby's been quite impressive the last few weeks, really energetic in the middle of the park, and Underdown has had to play the patient game with the likes of Danby and Brown getting in ahead. But both those players on the bench, and it's good to see Dan O'Hearn get options to choose from as he looks for a strong finish to the season. Leeds will need results to go their way for promotion. They are 3rd on 23 points. Newcastle United top of that pile. Sorry, Liverpool first, then Newcastle United, and hopefully Leeds, they'll get results going their way. But they've got to start things by doing their own way, getting the results on the board. This is one of those. I'm sure, should promotion not be an option this year, some County Cup success against Bradford would be the bare minimum, as Laura Bartup is just about waiting to go. You can see some of the Bradford players, in particular number 10 Sophie Hawkins is looking pretty cold out there, so the players, I'm sure, will be getting to work as fast as possible. And let's hope it's Leeds that's hit the ground running on the score sheet. So kick-off has been delayed 5 minutes later than scheduled, just what the players need on a cold night. And we are finally underway as Laura Bartup goes to Dobby, Underdown, and across to Bridie Hannon, who will just tell Robson to take control of this, and Leeds go with the clearance. Dobby has to just about get her foot out of the way. It was hobbling a little bit, and that's good work from Smith. So it will be Rebecca Bass at right back, Robson at left back, as here now is Hindle, the debutant, looking into the box towards Bartup. Just can't get the required curl on the cross, but Laura Bartup appreciates the pass anyway. And it's that sort of service that Laura Bartup thrives on. To see Olivia Smart playing a bit further forward as well, normally the left back for Leeds United Women. But the fact that she's out there gives Robson a bit more help defensively. Very ambitious player herself, always likes to charge down that left-hand side and get involved. So we'll have a look at the team tonight. It's a pretty solid unit. Dan O'Hearn's side, though, still have a job to do. Thorpe Arch. Hannon comes across, gets in the way of an ambitious counter-attack from Bradford, and good reactions from Robson to get out of the way to make sure she doesn't collide with the ball and she wins the throw. Down to Bartup, good flick on towards Dobby, who will try and put pressure on that Bradford defence, and it's pressure that works. They rush their clearance, and it's right into the feet of the number 6, Harriet Jackman. She can't control at right back. Now into Underdown, who's quite composed in possession. So back to Hannon, who, while he's composed, he's certainly got an eye for a pass. It's out towards Bass, back forward from Smith. Hindle will chase this down. The keeper isn't interested in coming off the line, so Hindle's going to get a chance to cross this into the box. It's a beautiful ball, and Smart just steers it wide. Well, Rachel Hindle making an immediate impact on the debut on the right-hand side. Teasing cross in, and Olivia Smart just perhaps a touch unfortunate not to get more of a purchase on that shot. And inside the first 2.5 minutes, Leeds registering the first chance. Good pressure from the defender, which maybe is what put Smart off. I wonder if that had fallen to Laura Bartup, Leeds' top scorer this year. It could have been a different story, but still great run from Hindle, matched by Smart. And I'm sure Dan O'Hearn will be pleased with what he's seen so far, as Bartup holds up possession, as she usually does in expert fashion, and now Hannon will spread the play. It's a risky pass, it's a pass that's intercepted. They are making their way down that left-hand side now, Bradford, with the number 19, Ilana Prothero. Referee is just going to stop proceedings. First real chance for Bradford to get forward, and one of the Bradford players in some real discomfort. I think it's Charlotte Stewart that's got the number 7 on the back, so we hope she's okay, because she looks in some pain, and the referee has stopped proceedings. And I'm not sure if it was something that happened off the pitch, but off the ball, should I say. And just wish it's nothing serious for her and she can continue. Well, it's clearly a serious injury for pain levels. You can see she's in some discomfort. It's going to suit Bradford as the stoppage, because it's just going to stop Leeds from getting into a dominant position and continuing to attack. They might have to try and keep warm the players, depending on how long this stoppage is for. We're inside the first 5 minutes, Leeds having the better of the play. So if you're just joining us here on LUTV, Olivia Smart's had the best chance. Sarah Dobby comes across to speak to Dan O'Hearn about the tactics, and a very experienced player. There, in fact, here is the incident. It was rather innocuous. Dobby was just running past the Bradford player. Seemed to stand on the top of the boot, and she rolled the ankle, and it's more of a coming together without really looking there from Dobby, so she's gone to apologise. Thankfully, the Bradford player is back on her feet, Charlotte Stewart. We hope that it's nothing serious, and play can continue right over on the far side of Thorpe Arch. Hindle wins a free kick for a nudge in the back, and Leeds straight away will get a touch back on the ball. Tries to Robson, whose first touch wasn't sharp enough. She will go back and get the tackle, completes it, concedes a throw. She's certainly not happy at the decision from the official, but here is Stube in possession, back inside. I see an awful lot there of Sophie Hawkins. Couldn't keep it in play. Now Robson gets back in possession, needs a bit of help. Straight into Hannon, who just rolls it back to Lauren Joyce. Forward to Bass. Bass's touch is heavy. Risky challenge as well. Advantage is played. Bass left one in there and it could be in trouble retrospectively as Bradford come forward on the attack. And too easy for Bradford, who punish Leeds on the counter. Given the ball away. A good finish from Ilana Prothero right into that far corner. Lauren Joyce might be disappointed with the connection she got behind the ball. And Leeds looking really strong at the first few minutes. Just gifted possession. That's twice now, and they've gone from left to right and whipped the ball across towards Bass's side. That either the pass wasn't right or the touch wasn't good. And there's the gap. And Joyce, you can tell by her reaction, she feels she should do better. And that is the finish that puts Bradford in the lead. And they have another player down. I think it's Barringham Beck that is requiring treatment, and Rebecca Bass did not miss with that challenge. Leeds can regroup and start again, and it's important that they don't lose their heads and just keep going back to their usual routine and hoping to try and get their key attacking players on the ball, put pressure on Skye Kirkham in the Bradford goal. Out to Rebecca Bass again. She pings this one down the line for Hindle, and she's going to have to work very hard to get to it. You can certainly see what Rebecca Bass's intentions were there. Hindle wants a corner, and the referee points for a goal kick. I think the linesman on the far side has actually suggested it's a free kick. Bass perhaps just putting too much pressure on her teammate by putting too much power on the pass, but width is clearly the aim of the game with Rachel Hindle. Hugging that far touchline, and so far so good from her, but Leeds still trail by a goal to nil. If you're just joining us here on LUTV, inside the 9 minutes, a goal from Ilana Prothero has given the away side the advantage. Important interception that from Underdown just to get the ball away. Back to Hannon, now with Robson. To Dobby, where Leeds needs to just try and settle down, keep possession. It's not a bad idea that from Underdown to try and get in behind to Smith, who was making a good run, but that was a bit better that in the build-up. Simple passing, just ticking the play over. That's going to stay in play. Now Bradford on the attack with Stoop. Robson racing back to get there. It's a good ball in. Hamill will clear. As Hindle goes to Bass, who's always full of energy. Down the line to Bartup. Bartup has set off too early and gives away a free kick for offside. Hannon with two headers to clear the danger. Dobby, delicate flick towards Underdown, who's put pace on this for Smart, and Smart's going to have to be let down on that occasion. That's twice now that Underdown's gone with an early ball. To Bass, and again Bass puts too much power on that. Clearly the tactic to either Smith or Hindle is to go early, but just a little force for now though for Dan O'Hearn's side, but still plenty to be at least positive about. The scoreline is against them. Maybe a bit more direct than they have been in previous matches as Smart goes again first time. And another example of that pass just going one pass too early, maybe even more, and now they'll have to regroup again defensively. Bradford leading by a goal to 0 thanks to Prothero's strike. About up yet again, neat feet, good hold up play. Leeds need to try and work off that, keep possession ticking over. Now into Dobby again, who keeps hold of it. On the down goes early to Smart. Smart tries to play the pass, just takes her eye off the ball, and Bradford will keep it in. I think the offside flag has gone up against Olivia Smart. It will be a free kick again to tonight's visitors. Clears. We'll need a new ball at Thorpe Arch as she clears the perimeter of the pitch with that right-footed volley. Smith allows Hindle to take control. I don't really think that was thought through though, because Hindle didn't expect it. The pass was lazy, but Bass recovers, and Bass goes early down the line for Bartub. Tries to put pressure on the Bradford defence, but it'll have to be a mistake that comes here that's going to give Leeds possession back. It's a poor clearance, so at least Leeds will recover possession further up the pitch, but I think Dan O'Hearn will want a bit more composure from the midfield on that occasion. Up out of position, gives the ball away. Now Leeds have to be careful. Great challenge from Bass into Dobby, laid back off to Wonderdown, who's going to go for goal. It's underneath the keeper and it's into the far corner, and Kanisha May Underdown gets Leeds United level. Caught the keeper off guard. Beautiful finish into the far corner, and Leeds, after some sloppy possession, finally get away back into this game, and it's Underdown that strikes it. She's gone early with all the passes so far. That was all started by Rebecca Bass's tackle. Dobby with the layoff, and Underdown tried to curl it home. Keeper caught off guard, can't stretch high enough, and we have Leeds United back level at Thorpe Arch. Leeds United Women 1, Bradford City Women 1, and it is game on. Should really settle Leeds down, as Hindle said in that pre-match interview that she likes to work hard, and she's doing all she can to showcase that. Can't keep that ball in play on that occasion, but really gutsy effort just to try and force something out of nothing. With a strong challenge, went for the ball but doesn't get anything of it as the weather conditions just start to affect the players at Thorpe Arch. It goes to Steve Robson for company. Affecting proceedings Thorpe Arch now, and it's going to have to be a real tussle. It'll be important for Leeds that they've come back level, as the player tries to wrap the foot around the ball. Back to the back of the wrong net. One of the training ground nets, I think, bulged on that occasion, but not the frame of the goal that the centre forward was aiming at, which I think was Hope Knight. Wind and the rain right in the face of the Leeds United players. That could be handball, and I think the referee spotted that against Stoop, so time to dig in for Dan O'Hearn's team. If they were called before, they'd be a lot colder now. As Robson goes down the line, it's a pass that at least wins Leeds a throw-in further up the pitch. Holds up the ball, looks towards the far side for Bass. He's just trying to keep possession inside their own half. Now out towards the right-hand side for Bass. See, scrappy clearance from Bradford, and they're seemingly struggling with the conditions as well. It's all been very rushed from them since the rain started to fall at Thorpe Arch. Ball forward. Visitors can't keep hold of it. Bradley Hannon's going to try and let this one go behind for a goal kick, and does so successfully. Apologies for the rain, I'm sure you can see. It's tough conditions for all out there, including our crew at Thorpe Arch. As here is Bass into Smith. Smith to Underdown, wraps the foot around the ball. It's a really good pass that. It's allowed Robson to attack on the left-hand side. Robson and Smart on different wavelengths. Robson expected an inside run from Smart, the opposite from the left-back and left midfield that occurred. And now Hamill has just slowed Bradford down. It's enough to concede a free kick. Attack. Good ball into the box was needed to take a deflection. That's really brave from Dobby. Tries to steer it away. She wins a free kick, and just when Bradford thought they'd got a corner, they conceded a free kick thanks to the really determined work of Sarah Dobby in that Leeds United number 2 jersey. And it is one apiece inside the first 20 minutes. Smart and Harriet Jackman collide off the ball, but it is Leeds that still get the throw. Nearly at the halfway stage of this first half. Worrying to see Laura Barton just limping away from that challenge. Let's hope that she's okay. Smart, long ball forward to Smith. Dobby gets it back, tries to lay it back to Smith, tries to get out of her feet, which she does successfully. Underdown's going to go for goal again, and it's into the corner again, and this one's better than the last, and no wonder the players pile on Kanisha May Underdown. Two absolutely brilliant strikes have put Leeds United in front, 2-1 against Bradford, and from range, Kanisha May Underdown's on a hat-trick. Catherine Smith was so determined to get it to her, and I think we've just seen why. The first one had a looping element to it. That one was so much power and spin behind it. The keeper, Skye Kirkham, hasn't learnt her lesson from the first time, but from there, it's going to have to take some effort to beat the keeper, but it does. And Bradford's strong start is evaporated. Tough conditions, important match tonight. Leeds United Women are digging their heels in, fighting for every single ball, and thanks to Kanisha May Underdown, they lead by 2-1. Smart into Barton. Barton tries to return the pass, gets a throw in instead. been relatively quiet, which is a decent sign for Leeds that the defenders haven't had that much to do. Their goal came down the right-hand side when Leeds coughed up possession. Hannon and Hamill have been careful apart from that. The ball is into Dobby, a little flick to Underdown, who flies into the challenge and shows the other side of her game. Might concede a throw. I thought that actually took a big deflection off one of the Bradford players. Sarah Dobby in the middle of the park agrees. Underdown has felt the effects of that on the 4G pitch. Not sure the players have thought that through in these conditions, but they'll have to worry about that later. Got a job to do out there, and Underdown gets her way back into midfield as Leeds will reset. So halfway through this first half, if you're just joining us here on LUTV, Leeds fell behind when Elana Brothero scored from the edge of the box. Kanishme Underdown has hit 2 great strikes from outside the penalty area to put Leeds 2-1 up. Smart has gone down and stayed down. A free quick look at this. At first I thought it was a head collision, but hopefully Smart is good to continue. Smith drives forward. She's going to concede a throw in here. You can see Olivia Smart is good to go and chases down what was a lost cause. Hindle won the original challenge. Leeds just got a little bit lazy on the ball though, and now Bradford coming through the heart of the defence. A space at the far post for Brothero again, who's going to shoot and going to put the ball in the far corner. And Leeds get caught ball watching, all dragged towards the edge of the box. Defenders left a huge gap, and a brace from 2 players on either side tonight. Underdown for Leeds, Brothero for Bradford. And once again at Thorpe Arch we have a level ball game. It's a good finish. First touch wasn't the best, put more pressure on herself than anything else. Still had the time to recover. Bassett stepped in, Howell as well. Leeds just got dragged across the park. And wild celebrations for Bradford as well. This means a lot for these sets of players. Local derby match to try and have the bragging rights, and Bradford have already won the first game between the pair. They meet again on Sunday. They'll know each other inside and out by then as Smart goes looking for Hindle. Just isn't going to reach her. I think it was Smith, in fact, who was the target. As Robson goes in with a header. Here now is Underdown. Referee has given a free kick, I think, for offside, just when I thought Underdown was going to shoot. Leeds back in possession with Bass. Down the line, looking for Hindle again. This one she is going to get to now. Bartup realises that and gets into position in the box. Hindle's first touch takes it out of her feet towards Bartup, who's trying to hook it into the far corner across the face of goal, and Bradford just about get there. What a pass that was from Hindle. That is a combination I think we'll see for many matches to come. Out wide into the box with Bartup, who just couldn't get the power on it as Hamill goes forward and will now concede a goal kick. Great cross from Hindle. Centre-back missed that ball. Maybe the keeper got the slightest of touches on that to spin it away from goal and help them out. Smart concedes a throw. Player Nika Stu goes down here with a head injury. She's not happy. Referee gives the throw in and needs to get on with things. Bradford perhaps a little bit disgruntled. Their player wasn't checked on. Robson flies into the challenge. Here is Smart. Smart tries to curl it around the side of the defender, and while she does, it's to not anybody in a Leeds United shirt. As here is Hannon. Again, Leeds are so desperate to go early doors to Hindle. It hits on the back, but it tees at Rebecca Bass, who's been inspired by Underdown. And just not inspired enough to get that ball underneath the crossbar. And that wasn't too far away. A lot further than Underdown's 2 strikes. Rebecca Bass is very comfortable with both feet. And that is not a bad effort whatsoever from there. It would have just summed up this crazy first half had that gone in. Tell from Bartup's reaction, she thought that was very, very close to dipping under the crossbar as Leeds get back behind the ball. Up to Bartup, who tries to bring teammate into play in Hindle. She's strode offside, so can't go near this. The ref linesman is just going to wait, I think, before giving that call. And Hindle has now been penalised, and you can pretty much tell from real time that she stepped up too early. Smart into Dobby, now to Smith. Bartup was on side. I don't think teammate alongside her was, so he's had to just regroup. Back into Robson. Good first touch from Robson. Savannah Robson back to Hannon. Hannon's pass was too far in front of Underdown, put too much pressure on her. Same instead of that pass from Bradford, so frantic in the middle of the pitch as Hindle gets it down the right-hand side. She's going to chase this one down and go on her own. She's beaten the defender, left her for dead. Now Hindle, she's got options in the box. Bartup's peeled away to the edge of the area. Now tries to turn past. She gets caught in two minds. Perhaps the deflection might fall to her, but Bradford gets back behind the ball and clear their lines. Laura Bartup is very disappointed. Catherine Hamill goes flying into the challenge, wins the ball back as Smart goes back towards Bartup. Nobody for either side interested in putting their foot on the ball and taking their time as Smith races forward herself. Bradford with their number 9, Hope Knight, gets the ball back, floated down the line. Too far in front of their number 10, which is Sophie Hawkins, and Hannon goes across to Catherine Hamill. Pass was looking over the top to Bartup, who is going to chase this. Keeper's coming off her line. Anyway, the two players collide. Laura Bartup goes to ground. Not enough contact for a free kick, according to the referee. Of course, conditions will play their part tonight. That could be an avenue for Leeds to go down again. There's Robson to Dobby. The idea was right for Dobby, but she doesn't get the pass right. And now Robson goes to ground. It's really, really rushed this from both teams. It's making for more exciting viewing, I'm sure, for the neutral. Bass flies into the challenge. That's going to fall to a Bradford player, though. And Knight's through on goal. Shot's going to go into the far corner. She hits the post anyway. I think the flag had gone up to deny her, so it wouldn't have counted. And hence why Leeds' defenders stopped in their tracks. Get away with one, though, Leeds. Got to be a little bit smarter in possession. One of the officials just double checking things, trying to get clarity on the situation. Now, the last touch before it reached Knight was, in that instance, was off a Leeds player, but of course the ball had hit the post anyway, so there's just a clarity perhaps on decision given. Referee maybe explaining it, or maybe some dissent to try and manage, keep temperatures under control. Bradley Hannon's trying to do just that by giving out her instructions. As she does that, Lauren Joyce tells her to move out of the way. She plans to go long with this free kick. She might spot Catherine Hamill to her side, and does though. Confuses the Bradford attack as Leeds come forward. Hamill's pass, again, it's just that a little bit too rush in the middle for Leeds. To make it simple. Certainly help them out in that defensive area. Smith is clattered in midfield, and let's hope she's okay. She's been crunched on halfway. You can see the camaraderie between the players. Everyone just double checking that she's okay. All the defenders coming across. Stu trying to defend her actions, but she's going to get a yellow card regardless. So referee clearly intending that was a little reckless, or suggesting that was reckless. So Stu gets back into her defensive position. Down. Tries to float into the far post. Away from Bradford's. A couple of players get caught in each other's mind. Here comes Smart. What a ball with the keeper. And Olivia Smart rolls it into the far corner. A goal to celebrate the birthday. Olivia Smart puts Leeds United 3-2 up at Thorpe Arch. And capitalising on a defensive mix-up. All the Bradford players at the edge of the box had suggested to let that one bounce and go to the keeper. And one of the crew decided to touch it. And that played Smart in. And she's taken full advantage. And talk about coolness personified with that finish. Rolled into the far corner. And the touch was not needed from the Bradford player. It is Maisie Nord that's cost her team. And this crazy game continues at Thorpe Arch. And if this is the trial run for Sunday, in the County Cup semi-final, then I'm going to need a bigger notepad, because we've only got 5 goals after 35 minutes. And with the conditions tough, players tiring, you might see even more mistakes. Leeds, though, need to try and end this first half on top. Can't keep giving Bradford a foothold back in this game, although they did fall behind themselves. As the ball is played out wide, Rebecca Bass with a touch. Smart looking back up the line for Robson. Here now is Hannon into Underdown. Dobby tries to scoop this ball up. Straight free. New ball at Thorpe Arch as Robson has to go and retrieve it. Bartup holds it up and goes across to Hannon. Into Hamill. Now into Bass. Underdown asking for it on the inside. Bass goes forward towards Bartup, picks her out. Now Bartup tries to slot the ball. She's fouled as it goes to Hindle. On her debut, can she finish? Keeper saves. It might fall back to Hindle, and Bradford get away with it. It's some really gutsy defending and some fine keeping, but they're still under pressure. Hindle on the ball, inside to Bass. And Bass gets a touch on that. I think it's going to be a goal kick. And the referee gives Bradford the call they wanted. Less than 10 minutes to go in this first half. Thrown on the far side for Leeds. Rebecca Bass will take. Dobby makes the first run. Spotted by Bass. Dobby's might even get the chance to get it to the box. She'll wrestle away forward. Now it goes to Hindle. Tries to try and catch the keeper by surprise. 1-2 was perhaps an option. Not taken though, but Leeds still managed to force a save out of their keepers. Robson's header is blocked by Bradford in midfield, and still the visitors tonight continue to pile forward. And why wouldn't they? Derby match, they've beaten Leeds before this season. They've got ambitions of their own to climb the National League Division 1 table. They're in 9th, Leeds are in 3rd, but they have played 2 games less than Leeds and 4 less than the teams above them. To the feet of Smith, who's been pulled back. He's hauled to the floor. Smith is perhaps reacted poorly there, and the referee is going to have to get a handle on this. The Bradford players coming across in Cam Woodcock. She is the captain, and Smith could be in trouble here. The Bradford bench are certainly asking for a card. You have seen them given, depending on the official. Tonight's ref is just assessing if the Bradford player's okay. Didn't quite catch who it was that went to ground. Rebecca Bass, in Rebecca Bass style, tries to make sure she's okay by making sure there's nothing on her face from the 4G pitch, but in the cold conditions, I'm sure that makes things worse. And it was Charlotte Stewart. Now, the referee has got the card out. I think it's going to be a yellow card, and Leeds, I think, will take that because you can't often kick out and get away with things. So Smith is carded. Take that as a positive rather than a negative. I know there'll be some viewers of a different nature that feel that you should be able to protect yourself, and it's always one that splits opinion, but in the modern game, that isn't something that is allowed if the referee believes she has kicked out. As Smarts chases this ball from Hannon, will get to the rebound, pokes it across towards Dobby. Dobby back to Bartup. Bartup trying to dribble her way through, takes on a couple of players, nearly goes for the rebound and gets there. Instead it goes to Robson. Here is Underdown, the scorer of Leeds United's first 2 goals. Do encourage you to visit LUTV later for the replays on those, as Bass looks in behind to Smith. Bartup's also there, the defender's under pressure, and she does very well. Very well indeed, the Bradford centre-half, Maisie Nord. Very difficult at the last incident where she gave the ball away and was at fault for the 3rd Leeds United goal, to have the confidence to reback yourself and push forward straight away. It takes real character, and Leeds, I think, were hoping she coughed up the ball again as Bass swings the ball to the far post. Smart will pounce. Even she's going to go for goal for a second time, just doesn't get the curl on it to get the ball to kiss that far post, and it is going to be a goal kick. Bartup tries to keep possession, could only concede it, much to her disbelief, as she thought the Bradford player on that far side had took the touch. I think that was Caitlin Douglas on the far side. Into Smith, who just for a second decides against the challenge, and it actually works out in her favour, but it's a bit of a risky pass to Dobby. She gets it there at the second time of asking. And it's now with Smith once more. She has to wrap the foot around the ball to find Smart. Robson will go with a header. Both of those passes blocked by the number 6, Harriet Jackman, who then trods on the ball and gives it back to Smart. And now Bartup's going to try and get herself back on side. Smart couldn't get the pass to her. And Bartup had to check her run for offside and wasn't running forward. And just one of those situations where Leeds got a little bit too excited, a bit more composure, and we could have had our 6th goal of the night, and it could have been 4-2 to Leeds. Leeds back on the attack. Under down. Pass takes it from her. It's the right idea, but just too much power. Ball out to Hindle. Chance for her to attack this Bradford defence. She shimmies past the on-rushing marker. Gets the ball into the box. Keeper punches it clear. Good enough punch to find Stube, who now in turn finds Jackman, and she will charge forward. Bradford on the counter. Runs into Underdown, who has to take one for the team. Gets a foot to the ball, but smashed to the deck instead, as now Leeds have to recover. That's good communication from Hannon and from Joyce, and they deal with matters as they allow Underdown to get her breath back in midfield. No nonsense challenge from Hannon. She's going to give a free kick away. She puts her arm up to apologise. The referee just going to stop proceedings and did not miss on that occasion, Hannon. Physios will be needed. It's been a stop-start half on occasions. Doesn't look like Cannon's going to be carded for the challenge, so Leeds will be positive about that. Having said that, I might have cursed it. Normally the referee would have indicated that a little bit earlier. But after checking the Bradford player is okay, it does appear that Bradley Hannon will go into the book. Or is it just a talking to? Looked like the card was out, but it looks, I think it was just a stern turning off for now. So no commentator's curse on this occasion. It was Hope Knight that Bradley Hannon smashed into the Thorpe Arch pitch. Struggling to get her breath back. And we hope she's okay for the rest of the game as Bradford have a set piece. It's with Maisie Nord to take. Leeds have to stand firm here. Give Dan O'Hearn more positives to take into the interval. Nord steps up. Flicked on at the far post. That looked like a Bradford player that touched that. And it was. It is going to be a goal kick. And there goes the half-time whistles. The referee ends the first 45 minutes. And what has been an entertaining 45 minutes. 3-2 to Leeds United at the break. Prothero opened the scoring for Bradford before 2 goals from Underdown. 2 great goals as well. Put Leeds 2-1 up. Prothero got a goal back after some lacklustre defending from Dan O'Hearn's side. But Olivia Smart's finish into the far corner has put them 3-2 to the good at half-time at Thorpe Arch. Join us in around 15 minutes' time for the second half coverage. Welcome back to LUTV's coverage. The game at Thorpe Arch in the FA Women's National League Division 1. Leeds United leading by 3 goals to 2 at half-time. That is thanks to a goal from Smart, 2 cracking goals from Kanisha May Underdown in the centre of midfield. Leeds fell behind when Ilana Prothero scored the first. She scored a second to cancel out Underdown strikes, but Smart managed to get a third, and hopefully with that advantage, Dan O'Hearn has got his players a positive team talk. They can build on that. More importantly, it might take them a few minutes to get warm again. It'll be tough to come back out in these conditions. Wind and the rain really picked up after about 20 minutes of the first half. Well, the wind doesn't look like it's going to settle for the rest of the evening, as both teams will hope the rain holds off for the next 45 or 50 minutes as the referee gets the game back underway. And it is now Prothero that is out on that far side. Still in possession. Good challenge from Hannon. Here now is Underdown. She'll fire the ball forward towards Smart, who appears to have swapped flanks for the time being, but she's managed to beat the offside chop and cut the ball back to Bartup, takes it in a stride, goes for goal. It's down the throat of the keeper. And Laura Bartup, in that position, you'd have fancied her to score. Here is Smart again. Her and Hindle have swapped flanks, and now Smart's got the better of the defender for a second time in a row. She's going to go for goal again. And like everyone else that scored tonight, she fancied a second. Olivia Smart, though, gets her foot under the ball and has to settle for a goal kick. Still Leeds United 3, Bradford 2. Throw into Leeds. Good challenge from Smith, just pokes the ball away. Underdown straight away releases the pass to Smart. Now she'll have options at the far post, takes a couple of touches to set herself, looks for Bartup, it might fall for it the second time of asking. She can't get it out of her feet. Smart back to Bass, and she slices this ball away from goal. Rebecca Bass just doesn't get the required power behind it. Maybe hurt herself as she pulled the trigger. And a couple of minutes into this second half, Leeds could have had a few goals. Bradford on the attack. Good challenge from Underdown. Stubbs' pass is looking dangerous. And ball's going to go out of play for a Bradford throw. Bass falls to the floor. She was trying to, I think, give a foul away in the build-up. The offside flag has gone up anyway, so Rebecca Bass took a tumble for nothing. Hannon has got herself set. She's suggesting she might go along with this free kick, so Bartup will have to steady herself. She does. She flicks the ball on. She's going to trickle the opposite way for Leeds rather than to Olivia Smart. It goes out of play for a throw, which will be taken by Lana Prothero. Bartup collects the throw, pass behind is a touch sloppy, gives the ball away. She will now try, of course, get back on the ball. Couldn't do so on that occasion. Here now is Hindle, the Leeds United debutant, goes across the pitch looking for Bartup. She was tripped as she played that pass, so she will get a free kick. 5 minutes gone of this second half. Clear. Forward it goes to Underdown on a hat-trick. She just drags that one wide. Maybe had a little bit longer than she realised, and she can laugh that one off. Bradford yet to get going in this second half, which of course is great news for Leeds. There is Bass. Into Underdown. Back it goes to Hannon. Hannon will scoop this ball up and go wide to Robson, and she will charge forward. Flag goes up against Leeds. Gets the ball back, puts it into Bartup. Bartup's going to go over with the pass to Olivia Smart. It's picked her out. Well, she beat the offside trap, did she? Officials say no. Oh, close. Decision's actually been given further up the pitch. I think it might have been for a foul before Smith took control, so the referee brings the game right back to where she thought it should have been played. 52.5 minutes gone, still 3-2 to the Whites, thanks to goals from Smart and a brace from Underdown. Ball into the box, Bartup clears. Took a deflection off a Leeds player, so that will be a corner to Bradford. Plenty of bodies around Lauren Joyce in the goal. They cleared away, Bartup gets her body in the way. Smith gets across. Smith will wrestle the ball free, needs to be careful not to give a free kick away, as does Bass. He's with Stoob, she runs into trouble, but there's so many Bradford players in free space. A lot of Leeds players have got caught going for the same ball. Hamill comes across, Bass comes across, they shoulder badge her to the ground, but they do so illegally according to the referee, and a penalty is given. It looked a contentious one. I think it was Amy Lee Barringham-Beck that was fouled. Catherine Hamill and Rebecca Bass, the two players that went across, and the referee not interested in any protests. Of course, always the way when they've made their call. Charlotte Stewart has the chance from the penalty spot against Lauren Joyce, who was furious at the decision. Not sure whether the fact it was a double team effort that's what's caused Leeds problems. The referee just double checking that everybody's behind the touchline on the box, so Leeds might need Lauren Joyce to be the hero at the start of this second half. The whistle goes, up steps the Bradford player into the far corner. It's a good penalty, and Charlotte Stewart gets the goal. It's 3 apiece. Very good penalty indeed. I'm going to get a replay now of that challenge. So Hamill and Bass. I mean, Bass is the stronger of the two, but unless I've not seen something, that looked incredibly harsh. I actually thought Catherine Hamill had dipped out of the way as well. Leeds trying to come back and punish them immediately. Attempt over the top of the crossbar. He's just going to nestle over. Heart in mouth stuff for Cam Woodcock. She can smile now. With Catherine Smith going straight through the middle. Leeds felt for an occasion there they might have had the chance to get a fourth. Smart with the corner. Leeds have got the bit between their teeth. They look a little bit disgruntled after that decision from the ref. Issue with Anna Hearn's side tonight is they just can't keep Bradford at bay. Smart. Floating ball in under the head of Hamill. Hamill flicks it on. It's cleared by Bradford. Smith will run across to try and get there first. She puts her head in. And now Bradford can try and counter. Hamill stands her ground. Only for now to stop the attack. Bass gets a touch to the ball, and Bradford are going to try and counter once more. Leeds' defence is stretched. The likes of Underdown and Hamill racing back. Hannon back there as well. Bradford coming forward. Challenging run from Hindle, who gets the ball back. And just what Leeds will want to see from their new recruits. Plenty of guts and determination as now Brady Hannon takes this ball forward. Rolls it down the line to Smart, who is offside. Olivia Smart shows her frustration by booting the ball away. Official not interested in any of the protests and confident in his decision. Summed up Olivia Smart's half, really. Swapped to the right flank from the left and has been caught offside numerous occasions.
White ball, is it? White ball!
When you're first.
Well done. Well done. Don't get lost, money.
Smart stands her ground, wins it back into Dobby. Dobby rolls it forward to Smith. That's a really good ball. At least it was attempted towards Hindle. Just doesn't get the look of the bounce. And Bradford coming forward now on the attack with Sophie Hawkins. Hawkins tries to steer it through. Bradford looks such a dangerous team on occasions. They went quiet for the last 10 minutes of the first half, but second half they've been a lot better. Rebecca Bass goes to ground. Strong challenge from Knight. Sorry, from Birmingham Beck. Part up down the line. Up with ankles on Olivia Smart. That should be a free kick. Referee has given it. Looks towards the linesman. That call goes Leeds' way. That can allow Hamill and Hannon to get forward. Smart's cross deflects. Bradford clear. Only as far as Rebecca Bass, who might try get to the byline. She cuts it back to Smart. Smart tries to go with a 1-2, doesn't get there. Hamill tries to flick it to Rebecca Bass. She'd straight offside. And now Bradford are going to let this one go. Our mark nearly upon us. The subs are a reminder for Leeds: Georgia Wattam, the goalkeeper, Sarah Danby, Abby Brown, Sandra Suarez Martins, and Paige Williams. So that is a very, very attacking bench. The most defensive minded what we've seen this season is Sarah Danby, who can play in the middle of midfield. The rest are all attacking wingers or forwards. As here come Bradford on the attack. Hannon's got to get across. She's been turned. Bradford piling forward. Bass out of position. The shot's going to come in, but Lauren Joyce comes to the rescue. The attack is still not over. Underdown gets in the way. Bradford appeal for a free kick. The visiting team flying forward. Hannon gets a touch to it, and they will recover. But Lauren Joyce with a huge save in this match. What could that mean for the full-time score? Have Bradford gone in front? They really have got the boot between them teams in the second half as it's rolled across the right-hand side. A chance then for them to get it with Hawkins. Across comes Dobby. She cannons the ball off her teammate. Leeds have got too much of a gap between attack and defence, and it is going to be hooked wide by Bradford and out for a goal kick. He's in possession with Robson. Barton rolls it across to Underdown. Underdown tries to steer it forward for Smart. She's going to have to be really quick to get across. Defender not fully confident, but does very well. In fact, the Bradford centre half, that like the captain Cam Woodcock, that got it clear. Just for a second looked a little bit nervous, but dealt with it effectively as Bass comes forward. It's a rush pass. Robson goes first time. Hindle looks to be offside. Bradford will get the goal as he chases it down. Robson gets her knee in the way of that flick on. Bradford on the back foot again as Bartup chases this one down. The keeper's going to have to deal with it. The keeper does an effective job. Sky Kirkham smashing that ball out of play, and a touch from Leeds ends up winning them a throw. From Dobby in midfield to Smith. Down the line looking for Hindle. She's picked her out as well. Now Hindle will have to be a bit cuter here and keep possession. She flicks it towards Bartup. It might fall towards Smart, and Smart can't get her feet at the first time of asking. Pods it back inside. It's desperately unlucky as the ball cannons off the back of Smart, and Leeds can regather. It's into Smith. She's going to go for goal, and it's going to put the keeper under pressure, but it's fairly easy for Sky Kirkham, who gets her body behind it this time. After being beaten from range on 2 occasions, this time Kirkham finds her feet and gathers and keeps it at 3 apiece. back on the attack. It's all very frantic in the middle of the park, a bit scrappy. Ball touch from the Bradford player allows Leeds to come forward, but no options for Savannah Robson, so she has to keep hold of it for now. Here is Smith, has to roll it inside, or at least tries it to underdown. She wanted a free kick. Ball goes early, and Olivia Smart will chase it down. The keeper's going to be smart enough to let it bounce and roll into her path. Good work from Smith. She's going to go for goal again, and the keeper spills it behind. Catherine Smith often likes to take her chances early, gets it out of her feet, goes for goal. And off the slippery surface, the keeper takes her eye off it and could have just about crept in under her arm as well. Slightest of gaps at the near post. And Catherine Smith wins Leeds a corner. Olivia Smart's gone across the take. Ball swung in, looking for Dobby, doesn't reach her. Fall to the edge of the box for Hindle, she can't keep it. And back it goes to Rebecca Bass. Rolled down the line, hooked away by Bradford, and Leeds will get the throw. Changes here for Leeds. On the down is one of them. That could be a straight swap for Danby. So no hat-trick for Kenesha May Underdown. Abby Brown is the other change. Joined us in the commentary box a couple of weeks ago. Laura Bartup is the other. So freshening things up. Here's Dan O'Hearn. Again, these two play each other again in the County Cup semi-finals on Sunday, so perhaps a thought in mind for that to plan ahead for. Don't want to put too much pressure on the players to play in quick succession as the ball's towards Brown. Into Hindle, in fact, but now it's cleared away for another throw into the final 25 or so minutes left at Thorpe Arch. And the game moved, of course, due to the recent weather forecast we've had, the recent weather we've had at Tadcaster. Of course, their pitch will need some time to recover, and we wish them well with that. Next couple of games, at least for Leeds, were played at Thorpe Arch, but I'm sure they'll be desperate to get back to Tadcaster as soon as possible, as Brown tries to get around the outside of the Bradford player, and she will win. Leeds a corner. Smart goes low towards the near post. Hamill can't reach it. Leeds have got a couple of players racing to get there. Smart is one of them. It's from Bass to the far post. Leeds got players queuing up. One of them is Brown. Potential handball from Dobby. It's hooked out to the left-hand side. Here is Hindle. Hindle's going to go for goal. What a save. Brilliant save from Skye Kirkham down to her right-hand side. Hannon into Smith. Attack not over for Leeds. Options at the far post. Hindle's going to try and spot them. Whipped in. A header from Hamill, and it's wide. And Catherine Hamill steers it past the post. She apologises to her teammates, and somehow it's still Leeds United 3, Bradford City 3. Options galore at the edge of the box for Leeds. Bradford appealed for a handball against Brown. Just didn't sit kindly enough for one of those Leeds players to hit it until right at the very end. A shot comes in and Kirkham saved. And now Leeds will hope to build on that. The attempt from Catherine Hamill as well, the weaker of the two. The first save from Kirkham was superb and very timely for Bradford, who just for a second or two were just starting to feel the pace maybe. They've been the better team in the second half. They got that goal back to Charlotte Stewart. A contentious penalty. And here now is Brown. Holds up possession, or at least she tried to. She goes and wins it back to her credit, and now Bass will go for goal towards the far post. Keeper being caught off guard on 2 occasions by Underdown. It does seem that Rebecca Bass is determined to beat her from range tonight. Forward into the feet of Danby. Danby's beaten. It's a good touch from the Bradford player. Takes 2 players out of the game, and now Bridie Hannon has got to get across. Top positioning skills of Bridie Hannon. Just about got caught though. Bradford got a touch to it. Hannon, for all the good work, allowed the cross to come in. Monica Stoob wins her team a throw, puts her body in the way. Gets a clearance to it, gets her right foot in front of that ball as Smart goes down the line to Bass. Bass was looking for Smith. It's a tired touch from Catherine Smith, can't get it under control, and now Bradford clear, flicked on by the penalty scorer Stewart. Bass goes in with a challenge. It's a strong challenge, and Rebecca Bass will no doubt end up in the book here, making her way across to pretend that she's not heard any official, who now is calling her over, and Rebecca Bass pretends to be shocked at the fact that the card has come out. Bass shields the Bradford player away from goal. That allows Leeds to recover possession and get a goal kick. To Robson. Robson's caught on the ball, didn't have much help. Now here come Bradford on the attack. Good challenge from Rebecca Bass, really good challenge. And now she sets off on her way, trying to roll the ball to Smart, who's seen so much of it in this second half. She goes looking for Brown, a bit too forced. Into Smith. Smith takes it in a stride, tries to wrestle it back, can't do so. A couple of players go to the ground, including Smith, as now Hindle nearly gets there. Leeds desperately trying to turn advantage back in their favour. With some intense pressurising, they've done that. Dolby wanted a free kick for a clip down the ankles as Hindle will wrestle across on that far side with the number 6, Harriet Jackman. Hindle on her debut. Recently left Chorley FC, the winger in the number 20 jersey. Scored against Leeds. I mentioned earlier the head of analysis at Blackburn Rovers, so something a lot different to this team for Leeds. Change coming for Bradford, and it is going to be Charlotte Gill that will come on. The 17 jersey. That looks like Monica Stoob that will make way, and she's on a card, so perhaps protecting her for this weekend's cup game. And Gill will enter the fray, less than 20 minutes remaining. Smart and Hindle have swapped flanks back to their original position, so Olivia Smart in the number 12 jersey and those bright coloured boots of hers is at left midfield, or left wing. Rachel Hindle has gone to the right. That means that could be a change for Paige Williams or Sandra Suarez-Martins, both like for like right wingers. It could be a last minute option for Dan O'Hearn to see what Hindle can do. Smart doesn't have time to wait for anybody for assistance at Thorpe Parks tonight. Forward it goes, Danby given a nudge. Referee says no free kick. Danby perplexed by that decision. Challenge is flying in. Bradford have got an overlap here, and a chance to get bodies into the box. Good work from Rebecca Bass. Joyce quick off her line to try and help out, and now she gets Leeds at least trying to be ticking forward, but a cross field pass is too far in front of Hindle. Bradford player has messed her lines up. It's out to Hindle. Leeds needs to try and be quick here. Hindle turns past the defender who's in trouble, struggling with the cramp. As Hindle goes to the far post, here is Smart, tries to steer it back across goal. Bradford clear only as far as Abby Brown, and it's hit the defender. Brown went for power, expected the net to bulge, and Bradford had enough bodies back. Smart goes to ground. That should be a free kick to Leeds. Robson runs around the outside. Referee keeps the whistle in her pocket. Brown, it's great footwork from Abby Brown onto her right foot, tries to go across the goal. That takes a deflection off the hand. Surely that's a penalty. Surely that's a penalty. And Leeds United will appeal. Referee looks across and shakes their head. Well, that is controversial to say the least. For the penalty that Bradford got in the second half, that looked to have struck the inside of the arm of Gill, I think the sub. So the first block was fine, and Bradford pushed and pushed to get out, but oh, that looks so close for a penalty. The referee maybe trying to explain to the Leeds players that the arm was tucked in, but it didn't look like that at first viewing. In the meantime, there's a Bradford player down, which we hope is nothing serious as always here on LUTV. But Leeds have led the protest, so out to Abby Brown it came. Brilliant footwork to get away. And now the shot came in. Oh dear, that is a handball. Oh dearie, dearie me. The right forearm across, cannoned off the side of the arm and then behind. They're going to have to settle for a corner, but that is a penalty. It really is, and Leeds have got every right to feel hard done by there as Danby comes across to explain the tactics here. I think as the left-footed option, she's going to take control. Still to be taken, this set piece. I think it's the number 19, Hannah Prothero, that has gone down. Substitution has come on. Been a change of number on the jersey, so we'll try and find out who that is, because did not have number down on the team sheet. So there's been a change somewhere or the other as Danby swings in the corner. Leeds still annoyed they haven't got the penalty. Will it fall in the box? Another penalty appeal. Nothing given this time around. That didn't look as convincing. And into the final 12 minutes we go. Robson wins another throw for Leeds. Needs a bit more movement. It's into Hindle. Hindle's first touch is too close to the Bradford player. Now Leeds on the back foot. They will win a throw-in of their own thanks to the work of Bridie Hannon and Rachel Hindle. Thomas, we believe, was the change. Victoria Thomas coming onto the pitch. Sarah Robson puts the ball down. I think that's because Rebecca Bass is coming off. So Sandra Suarez-Martins, albeit confusingly, is preparing to come on. That's because Paige Williams is also coming on. So I think we've got a double change. So Paige Williams goes in to the midfield. Olivia Smart will drop to left back. Free kick given here. Smart goes early, looking for Brown. Brown's going to try and chase this one down, puts a shoulder into the challenge, sends the Bradford player flying to the deck, and Brown gets it back to Suarez Martins, who can't get her first touch to be effective, hits it behind for a goal kick. And we are approaching the final 10 minutes of proceedings at Thorpe Arch. Leeds United 3, Bradford City 3. First meeting of 2 between these two teams this week. Bradford on the attack. Shot's going to come in. Owen Joyce gets her body behind it. Straight away tries to launch the attack for Leeds as I think it's Hindle that's gone to right back. Joyce's pass has got too much on it. It skids off the floor and Paige Williams can't get onto that ball. So all change for Leeds. The two wingers that started the game are now the two full backs. This could be a sign of things to come. Dan O'Hearn. Feeling that she was pushed. Referee rules in her favour, does she? I think maybe she might suggest there was two fouls cancelling each other out, and Bradford will get the throw from the deflection. And clears the territory. Hindle. Clearance is blocked. Williams turns away but then turns back into trouble. Now Bradford come forward, there's a big space. Hannon, a little bit out of position, shot comes in. Lauren Joyce gets her body behind it. Been instrumental tonight in Leeds not being behind Lauren Joyce. Leeds have had so many chances. Been a thrilling game. But Joyce has made some important saves of her own to keep Leeds at least in this fight to go and get a winner. But this game's gone though. If they're not careful, Leeds, they'll get caught out as Hindle's back pass. Joyce has to just watch that bounce. Too much space in the defensive midfield positions for Leeds as the Bradford players come forward on the attack. That looked like a goal kick to me. Catherine Howell does a terrific job of forcing the Bradford player wide. Goal kick was taken too quickly according to the ref. Hannon went too quickly to Smart, so Leeds' attack breaks down from the back. Headed away by Suarez Martins. Good work from Smith. Here now is Danby. Danby's put power and pace on this, looking for Williams. Bradford player comes across. Williams is going to chase it down. Now she wants a corner. Stretching the play really well for Leeds. Williams appeals that the call has gone her way. Bit of confusion. I think Leeds have been given the decision they wanted, as here is Danby preparing another set piece. Now, last couple for Leeds have been cleared away. Without Bartup, they have lost that figure. Keepers jumping up and down over the top of the Leeds player as the ball comes in. Dangerous one. Suarez Martins picks up the pieces, goes back up the line to Smart. Smart will swing the ball in. The Bradford player has gone down, I think, from that original cross. There's a head collision, so play will stop. And we hope the Bradford player is fit to continue with 5 minutes remaining. Leeds on the attack. Hindle chasing it down. Looks like a lost cause at first, but Hindle, I think it hits the corner flag, whether she got a touch to it or not, as now Williams scraps away. Leeds having to feed off these scraps as Smith wins a throw. Williams prods it across the face of goal, only as far as the edge of the box, and Bradford will clear. Bradford with a free kick, cleared towards Hamill, who doesn't get the required touch on it, and out towards the right hand side. Ball header from Bradford, that's allowed Brown to get there. Brown scoops it up towards Williams, who's got the pace to get there. Return pass, and that is no good for Leeds into the final few minutes. Leeds with Hindle with a throw into the final minutes of proceedings. to Danby, or at least the final minute of normal time. That should be Bradford's throw, and is. Effective in the middle today for Leeds. Trying to get it up towards Brown. It's there with Danby, just won't fall for Leeds. Last few minutes has been a bit frantic and Leeds a little bit desperate. Played into Bradford's hands, who of course are more than happy with the points. 10th in the table, got games in hand on those above them. And it means they've still to lose to Leeds this season. They beat them in September in the league. They've got to play each other in the County Cup on Sunday. Ball forward from Smith, tries to steer it through, or the gap was there. It's unlucky for Smith. These can't be afford to be caught out. Hannon picks the pocket of the Bradford striker. Into stoppage time we go, and Hindle went first time. She's put her head in hands in frustration, and the first minute of stoppage time will tick by. Danby into Smith, he just won't fall for Leeds midfield. Bradford are still truly in this game. One ball forward, if they can get it forward, and as long as time doesn't go out, but not that much stoppage time given at Thorpe Arch. Rather contentious despite the stoppage time in the first half and the second, and Leeds will feel aggrieved due to that penalty shout they had for handball. But that is the full-time whistle at Thorpe Arch. So an entertaining 3-3 draw. Bradford took the lead through Prothero, and 2 goals from Kenesha May Underdown put Leeds up. Prothero scored again before Olivia Smart rolled the ball home. But Bradford's third goal of the game came in the second half from the penalty spot. Charlotte Stewart converting the spot kick. And eventually the points are shared in Wetherby. So these two will do it all again on Sunday afternoon. You can join us for that in the County Cup. But for now here on LUTV, it's finished 3-3. Isn't chance to cross this into the box. It's a beautiful ball, and Smart just steers it wide. Forward to Bass. Bass's touch is heavy. Risky challenge as well. Advantage is played. Bass left one in there, and it could be in trouble retrospectively as Bradford come forward on the attack. And too easy for Bradford, who punish Leeds on the counter. Given the ball away. A good finish from Ilana Prothero right into that far corner. Great challenge from Bass into Dobby. Laid back off to Underdown, who's going to go for goal. It's underneath the keeper, and it's into the far corner. And Kanisha May Underdown gets Leeds United level. Caught the keeper off guard. Beautiful finish into the far corner. And Leeds, after some sloppy possession, finally get a way back into this game. Dobby gets it back, tries to lay it back to Smith, tries to get out of her feet, which she does successfully. Underdown's going to go for goal again, and it's into the corner again, and this one's better than the last, and no wonder the players pile on Kanisha May Underdown. Two absolutely brilliant strikes. He's just got a little bit lazy on the ball though, and now Bradford coming through the heart of the defence. A space at the far post for Prothero again, who's going to shoot and going to put the ball in the far corner, and Leeds get caught ball watching, all dragged towards the edge of the box. Down tries to float into the far post. Away from Bradford's, a couple of players get caught in each other's mind. Here comes Smart, what a ball with the keeper, and Olivia Smart rolls it into the far corner. A goal to celebrate the birthday. Olivia Smart puts Leeds United 3-2 up at Thorpe Arch, and capitalising on a defensive mix-up. A lot of Leeds players have got caught going for the same ball. Hamill comes across, Bass comes across. They shoulder badge her to the ground, but they do so illegally according to the referee, and a penalty is given. Lauren Joyce to be the hero at the start of this second half. The whistle goes. Up steps the Bradford player into the far corner. It's a good penalty. And Charlotte Stewart gets the goal. It's 3 apiece. It's great footwork from Abby Brown onto her right foot. Tries to go across the goal. That takes a deflection off the hand. Surely that's a penalty. Surely that's a penalty. And Leeds United will appeal. Referee looks across and shakes their head.